I don't know that you can say people aren't taking this seriously because it has real serious implications. And it's unclear. Some people are suggesting that, there is a theory out there that in certain instances, Donald Trump, the way that he negotiates is he asks for the moon to just get the planet Earth, I guess, although it's unclear that he gets the planet Earth.
But he gets to say he gets the planet Earth. He's the PR guy. So
pop that meme up just as an example, because before, we need to put proclamations about Gaza in some type of context. Yesterday, he was to institute 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Somebody made this meme, Trudeau says on the phone, so I offered him what we've already been doing, and he dropped the tariffs. And Scheinbaum, oh my God, OMG, same.
It's the truth.
Yep.
But the Republicans are trying to make it into a win because it all is about making his ego feel a certain way so they can get what they want via Project 2025. That's really their aims. But I would also say the Israel lobby is trying to make its
I don't think it's even, I don't know that it's about his ego as much as it is, frankly, his constituency, like his base want something to be done. But these are the same people who were afraid of a caravan that was going to come and take their homes, their summer homes on a lake in Minnesota.
Lake Minnetonka.
So the idea that they're being told something was done for a problem that doesn't exist. Border crossings are at a 70% lower than they were a year and a half ago. That reality has not caught up with the people who are convinced that immigrants are ruining the country. And so the idea that Trump can say, look at what I've done, it may or may not be about his ego. I'm sure it doesn't hurt. The guy's a lunatic. But what it really does is it keeps his base feeling like, thank God Joe Biden's not here anymore. And the Lord Savior Trump has helped us.
Frankly, the Democrats could learn a thing or two from appearing strong as an executive in the presidency. Even with his insanity, at the very least, he's acting like he's doing things.
Yes. The difficulty the Democrats would have is that we would be sitting here instead of Charlie Kirk going like, this is amazing. I can't believe it. Donald Trump has changed the world in 3 days. We would be going, this is BS. They're not addressing our concerns. And that's one of the fundamental sort of issues that we just have to reckon with.
Exactly.
Just different people. With that said, Donald Trump was meeting with war criminal Bibi Netanyahu in Washington, D.C. I'm sorry, accused war criminal by the ICC, Bibi Netanyahu. But also probably war criminal.
Can we just do the freeze frame for a sec to look at this guy's grin? Taking
shit.
Just
cat that ate the canary.
Got everything he wanted out of this situation.
Yep. And
it's weird that Democrats seem more mad at Dearborn voters than that guy sometimes, but I don't know.
Let's play this. Here's Trump. Alongside the Israeli war criminal Benjamin Netanyahu.
Peter, what Palestinians have the right to return to Gaza if they left while the rebuilding was happening?
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return. Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest.
Sorry, just pause it for a sec. That place has been hell, and then you see him smiling. Netanyahu is smiling. Who made it hell?
Mission accomplished.
Who made it hell? I just want people, if you're in the podcast audience, if you want to look up this video, it's truly, I hesitate to use the word evil because it sounds biblical and silly and medieval. No pun intended. But that's the face of evil.
The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places on earth. And right now I've seen every picture from every angle, better than if I were there. And nobody can live there. You can't live there. So if we can build them through massive amounts of money supplied by other people, very rich nations, and they're willing to supply it. If we can build something for them and one of the countries, and it could be Jordan, and it could be Egypt, it could be other countries, and you could build 4 or 5 or 6 areas. It doesn't have to be one area, but you take certain areas and you build really good quality housing, like a beautiful town, like someplace where they can live and not die, because Gaza is a guarantee that they're going to end up dying. The same thing's going to happen again. It's happened over and over again, and it's going to happen again as sure as you're standing there, Peter. So I hope that we could do something where they wouldn't want to go back. Who would want to go back? They've experienced nothing but death and destruction.
It's amazing to hear it all in the passive voice.
As the actor is sitting right next to him.
You almost want him to go like, nothing but death and destruction. Am I right? Am I right? Like, right? Throw the elbow over there.
When he said Peter,
this guy over here.
You know who's asking that question?
Peter Doocy.
Peter Doocy of Fox News. That's an indictment, frankly, on the rest of the press, that the Fox News reporter is asking that question, the most pertinent question there. And there was a part after where someone shouted out, "It's their home. It's their home." So he's envisioning.
But we can build something like 5 celebrations like they have in Florida.
You hear about
we just put one in Jordan, one in Egypt, and then what are we going to do with that empty land? Well,
We're talking about the right of return to Gaza now, after the right of return was basically dismissed, meaning people expelled in 48 should be able to return to their homes. Everyone said that's
the
the
vast
Why even talk about
majority of people living in Gaza are there because it ended up being a refugee camp from people having to leave their homes in Jerusalem or in parts of the Negev or all throughout what was Palestine at that time, and so it's twice removed, but. It is unclear. I mean, the only theory I have read as to why Donald Trump is launching this idea is because he's trying to make it more. Well, let's listen to this part here, because this is when he talks about basically who would then get the land. I mean, if you were to ethnically cleanse of all the Gazans from Gaza and put them in beautiful little celebration towns.
I would call them, like a reservation. You could call it
little,
that.
but beautiful reservations.
great casinos.
And if you were to do that, who would have the land?
Go ahead, Katie. Katie, go ahead.
What you were saying there.
Say it. Go ahead, please.
Follow up on what you were saying about the Gazans leaving Gaza, going to other countries. One, where exactly are you suggesting that they should go? And 2, are you saying they should return after it's rebuilt? And if not, who do you envision living there?
I envision world people living there, the world's people. I think you'll make that into an international, unbelievable place. I think the potential in the Gaza Strip is unbelievable. And I think the entire world, representatives from all over the world will be there, and they'll live there. Palestinians also. Palestinians will live there. Many people will live there. But they've tried the other, and they've tried it for decades and decades and decades. It's not going to work. It didn't work. It will never work. And you have to learn from history. History is, you just can't let it keep repeating itself. We have an opportunity to do something that could be phenomenal. And I don't want to be cute. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent. But more importantly than that is the people that have been absolutely destroyed that live there now can live in peace in a much better situation, because they're living in hell. And those people will now be able to live in peace. We'll make sure that it's done world class. It'll be wonderful for the people. Palestinians mostly we're talking about. And I have a feeling that despite them saying no, I have a feeling that the king in Jordan and that.
So, okay, this is, I think, the clue on some level of like what he's angling here for. He thinks this is a way to convince Abdullah and Egypt and I don't know who else he envisions here to take Palestinians in, and we're gonna pay a lot of money. we'll kick back some of that Riviera money and you'll get it and it'll be great.
It's their home. That's why they don't want to leave, buddy.
Well,
their home.
And frankly, the King of Jordan doesn't want to not be the King of Jordan. And it would be incredibly destabilizing to have 1 million refugees in his country. It's unclear what Trump thinks he's doing here, but it's insanity. It's also, again, it's ethnic cleansing, but it's nice cleansing. It's like,
well, he's a real estate
development.
Is it ethnic cleansing when you go on a vacation?
Right. He's a real estate developer and a rich guy from birth. He doesn't understand any of this. And if what he does understand, it's basically a reflexive Zionism that's racist towards Palestinians, as basically every Republican is. But he thinks of it as a real estate developer. He's excited to get his cut for the beachfront property on Gaza, which has strategic importance for our intelligence, but also is like, it's on the water. It's like, as he says, prime real estate for capitalists to build up their luxury hotels and casinos, and Kushner's going to get a cut. He was saying 10 months ago that the Gaza waterfront could, quote, be very valuable. And now it is valuable. And one other thing, he said this at another point in the appearance, that 1.7 to 1.8 million Palestinians will be leaving. I'm wondering where he got that figure, because prior to the genocide's beginning, it was 2.3 million. And we know that the death toll is much higher than we previously knew. That would indicate hundreds of thousands dead already. And I just want people to put a pin in that.
Which has been predicted by people like Ralph Nader.
Of course. And the doctors that had been there wrote a letter back in October that said it was like at minimum 186,000 that they could verify. Once we understand the full death toll of here, it's going to be another. This is an indictment of the Biden administration. He midwifed the ability for this far right president to do this kind of thing because Biden didn't listen to his constituency, and now Trump's a madman in Bibi's pocket, and they're going to go to town.